Are you struggling to find your purpose in life? Do you feel like something is missing and you need some guidance? Do you often feel unfulfilled with what you're doing on a day-to-day basis? Well, I'm here to tell you don't have to feel that way anymore. I'm here to help you through your journey in life to gain clarity, find purpose, and passion. My name is Jose Miguel Longo. I'm a gay Hispanic, a husband, dog daddy, advocate for social justice and DEI, ally for all LGBTQ+, a career and life coach and millennial born in 1983. I have spent my time since the age of 14 working my way around the world of work. I know my God-given talents are to help those around me to gain clarity in their lives while finding their passion and purpose. For the last decade, I've spent my time coaching college students and alums from all three generations, X, Y, and Z, in designing their career stories and mapping what they want to do in their lives. Whether it's gaining clarity in who you are and what you're meant to do, learning to build a resume or write a cover letter, holding you accountable and building your career journey, or designing your life, the podcast Coaching for Millennials is a how-to guide for all things career, life, and a sprinkle of everything in between. It is an all-inclusive space for meaningful conversations on topics happening in our world right now. It is a space for people to go on a holistic journey in uncovering their passion and purpose. I'm here for all generations, no matter what you identify as. If you're seeking to transition from a career industry or job to another, or ready to transform your life completely, I got you, boo. Whatever the fantasy you're trying to create, let me make it happen. If you're ready to start the journey to explore your passion and purpose, get focused on gaining clarity to transform you to a place that will fuel you, inspire you, and sprinkle some joy and laughter in between, it's time to dive into Coaching for Millennials. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Coaching for Millennials. My name is Jose Miguel and I am your host. I'm excited for this week's episode because it is a topic that really hits home for me, and it's a little bit of emotional because we all get attached to certain things when we're doing them. And also sometimes we can feel defeated. So I'm going to talk to you today about how to overcome job search rejection and why it's so important to keep yourself focused, keep yourself aware, but also know how to control how these emotions that we're feeling and experiencing when it comes to job searching, how we can take control over what we have control over. So let's dive into the episode. If you haven't subscribed to the podcast, please subscribe. If you like what you're hearing, give us a like. And if you want to comment and share, that helps the podcast grow. It also helps me understand what content you want to hear from me, what kind of guests I should be bringing onto the show, and all the things in between. So I'm really excited for that. Before we jump into today's topic, excuse me, I want to go over a little bit of something that kind of resonated with me in this past week. So last week, I launched my digital marketing business called Side Hustle Manifest. If you want to give me a follow on Instagram, it's at Side Hustle Manifest. And if you want to follow me on TikTok, go right ahead and find me at Side Hustle Manifest. I will leave those profile links on the bottom of the show notes for you. But I launched this digital marketing business for several reasons. One, I love to make money. Who doesn't like to make money? But also, I feel like people in society are exhausted of having to work really, really hard and feel like they're not getting anywhere. And a lot of people around our age that are millennials and even people who are Gen X are also in this place of like they're considering retiring but not are ready to retire, or can't retire yet, or have retired but are bored and want to do more. With this idea of Side Hustle Manifest is to show people how you can make money online. Now, my niche in this space is to help 9-to-5ers decide how they want to determine what products or what digital tools they want to use to make money online. Where I come in is what I shared last week in the podcast, which you can find the link someplace below in the show notes, or my editing team can include it for us. But ultimately focusing on one product that sells and one product that's digital that can show people how to do all the things. And this product is a course. It's called Digital Wealth Academy. The course is amazing. There's over 30 8,600 people who have purchased the course in the last 22 to 24 months. The objective of this course is to help people learn how to make money online. What's really cool about this course, and I mentioned this in the podcast episode, is that it gives you the opportunity to take the course and resell it for 100% profit. There's no catch. There's no gimmicks. This is not a scam. Trust me when I tell you this. I've done every single type of network marketing, digital marketing, referral marketing, you name it, I've done it. I did my homework. I did my research. This shit is legit and it's real. Now, why does it work? And why am I talking about it? And why do I believe in it so much? Well, in today's world, the digital marketing space has over $388 billion, and that's based on projections from 2022. The projected amount that this industry is going to make by 2028 is over $800 billion. Those numbers, you can look them up. They were shared by Forbes. There's so much ways to make money online. And I feel like if you're looking for extra income just to pay off your loans or credit card debt, if you're looking for extra income to save up for a vacation, if you're looking for extra income because you want to pay off your mortgage, if you're looking for extra income because you want to do more things with your family, if you're looking to quit your 9 to 5, if you're looking to be your own boss, if you're looking to work remotely, the list of why making money online is so important and radically changing everyone's life is exponential. I'm here to help people, show them how to do that. Today, I had an amazing conversation with a client who is joining in the next couple of days. We sat down, we went over what digital marketing is. I walked them through what the DWA, my course, looks like and how to get started. So if you're interested, don't be shy. Feel free to send me a DM or comment on the podcast show notes, or find me on social media at Side Hustle Manifest or at Jose Miguel Longo. I'm here if you're ready to make a change. This is an investment in your future. And all it takes is having a laptop, a phone, and Wi-Fi. And everything else comes with that. So wanted to share my 2 cents about that. I'm going to jump off the soapbox for it. Be sure to listen to last week's episode where I talk more in depth about what digital marketing is and how to make money online. And then be on the lookout for another episode coming in the next 2 weeks where I actually jump into the Digital Wealth Academy course, which is the course that's teaching me how to make money online. So without that, I'm going to jump into this week's episode. Okay, overcoming job search rejection. My friends, I lost my job, as I mentioned before, in March. And when I lost my job, I knew that going through a job search journey, again, was going to be exhausting. There's nothing worse to have to submit your application to multiple places and feel like you're applying, and not getting anywhere. And there's nothing worse than getting that email that says, thank you so much for your consideration and interest in this opportunity. However, we're looking to go with other applicants. Trust me, I've memorized it. I was a recruiter in the past that actually did that same thing, except it's now automated. And so it just hurts. It sucks no matter what. And I have to say, even though I'm working on rebuilding my coaching practice and working on creating this digital marketing business, I'm still looking for a job. And I'll tell you why I'm looking for a job. I need money. And if someone's not buying my coaching package and if someone's not buying my digital course, then I have no income. And let's be honest, unemployment only gets you so far. And I haven't even got unemployment since I left my job. So the idea of looking for a job could be daunting. It's time consuming. It can be scary. Today, I want to talk to you about all the tricks on how to navigate the job search process, but also more importantly, how to overcome job rejection. Because I know how it can feel, not just the overwhelmingness, but it could also feel like you're not getting anywhere and you keep applying, and nothing's happening. So let's jump into it. The first thing I want to mention to you is that you're not alone. Every time you apply to a job, just know that there's over 100 people, if not 200, 300 people that are applying to jobs and getting the same type of rejection as you are. as frustrating as this may be and as difficult as it may sound, knowing that you're not alone should help you at least feel a little bit better to understand that this process is not intended to be taken personally. And I think that from a job search perspective, just know that you should be focused more on what you can change in the next job search or in the next search process so that you're not spending time being more concerned about the actual number of rejections you're getting. I know for me, I've applied to an average of 3 to 5 jobs a day. I'm really strategic about the jobs that I'm looking for. And I'm also being very strategic about how I'm applying to these jobs and how I'm going to spend my time doing it. I also know that if I'm applying to, let's just take that number, 5 jobs a day times 5 days a week. If I'm not doing it on the weekends, that's 25 jobs a week. Since I lost my job in March, let's see, there's 4 weeks between the month of April, and there was 4 weeks in the month of March because I got laid off in the beginning of the month of March. So that's 8 weeks. And there's already a week and a half into until May. So I don't know, so 8 times 5 is 40. I've applied to way more than 40 jobs. 25. Let's set the math. I can't do math. The math is not mathing right now. And you can laugh at me all you want. Maybe you can do the math, but I know it's over 150 jobs. And I've gotten rejected for over 60 of those. And the other ones I haven't heard back from. And I've only had an interview with one. And I'll be honest, I interviewed with this company while I still had my job, and I applied to this company while I still had my job because I was already looking for a job before I got laid off. So let's just get real here. Rejection hurts. It's part of the process. I know it sucks. And it doesn't matter, honestly, it doesn't matter if the rejection comes from a company that you really wanted to work with. Just know that you can always go back to that company and connect with people and really build a relationship with, which is another point that I'll be talking about. So just be ahead of that, be aware, know that as much as it hurts, that this is just part of the process and it's not personal. So also knowing that the rejection process should be more about, okay, what can I do better so that I'm not being rejected? If you're getting rejection after rejection, what is my cover letter or my resume saying that's not a good fit? The idea that you're amongst hundreds of people applying to this job is where your brain should be focused at. So what do I need to stand out? What do I need to do? And I always go back to the fact that you have to read the job description. I'm one of those people who prints the job description and I highlight it with the highlighter. And then I go to key points of areas that I know I do well in what the job description is asking in the job. And I'll write notes of how I actually can achieve that. So for example, I work in the customer success space, which is customer service basically, but I've been working mostly in the SaaS space, which is software as a sales, and in ed tech. So I'm looking for ed tech jobs in customer success and software and sales. That's the niche. That's the industry that I've been focused on. I've recently opened myself up more to pivoting outside of education, ed tech, into health tech. And because I know that I like the healthcare industry, I feel like the work that is coming out of ed tech resonates with me a little bit more. I can see myself pivoting more easily based on my skill set. So I'm reading those job descriptions and I'm looking at the keywords, I'm looking at the bullets of what's expected, and I'm writing examples of how I've already achieved that in my previous or current job. You're going to use these examples to build your cover letter, but also know that you should be including these examples and bullets in your resume. I hate to say this, and I see this all the time. You need to tailor your resume and your cover letter to the job. As much time as it takes, this is very important. If you're someone who's just adding your resume, uploading it to the application, the applicant tracking system, creating a cover letter using ChatGPT and not going through and reading it and uploading it to the applicant tracking system, you're going to be rejected. plain and simple. The applicant tracking system is built in such a unique way that it's scanning through all of these people and looking at the keywords that are written in the job description. And this is just job searching tips that I've talked about in previous episodes, but it's also, I feel like, in a way, job searching 101. Know what you're applying to and know that you need to have the relevant information in your resume and your cover letter to be seen, period. Okay. Now, when it comes to thinking about what happens when you get that rejection and you're kind of going back to the table and saying, okay, I've been applying to 50 jobs and I've gotten rejected to 60 jobs, or I've been applying to 50 jobs and I've gotten rejected to 40 jobs. And out of those 40, maybe one of them said, we'd like to connect with you. You had a screening and never went beyond that. Ask yourself, okay, what did I say in that screening? So you need to go through almost the process of reviewing your story and your topics and what you're doing in the journey of the job search so that you can recognize what could be the issue. I can guarantee you, though, that when it comes to the rejections, and I'm seeing it more and more, there's so many people looking for jobs because so many people are either one, unhappy with their current job, two, we're just looking for a job because they're job hopping, and that's okay. Today's world, that's okay. Or three, they're realizing that their values at their current job isn't where they're being met at, and they want a new opportunity where they can shine. So there's a lot of jobs out there. There's a lot of people, which makes it much more competitive. If there was less people looking for jobs, and I think that's what the difference is in today's workforce is that everyone's constantly looking. Everyone's constantly jumping every 2 to 3 years. The average job seeker, the average time a person spends at a job is 2 to 2.5 years. Gone are the days where someone says, I'm staying 5 years. Gone are the days when someone says, I'm staying for the full 20. It just doesn't exist. So let's really put that into perspective and understand that why you're getting rejected is because of the amount of applicants and the fact that your resume or your cover letter may not make you stand out enough. Another point that I want to make is that check your ego. Check your ego and know that you're worth so much more, and this rejection should not be hurting your pride. It should not bring you down. It should not break you. I know it's disappointing. Let me tell you, it happened to me recently. I interviewed for a job that I for sure knew that I wasn't going to get. Like, I was 99.99999% sure I was getting this job. And I got to know. Was I disappointed? Yes. But I kind of felt like for being the first one out of the gate, guess what? Hey, that's great. Because when I was job searching 2 years ago, I think I applied to, and mind you, I had a year that I was job searching when I was still in higher ed, a full year. Like I literally started in January and I got my job that I had in my last company in December, like a whole year of job searching. So just be mindful that you have to be strategic to get results. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. Look for the opportunities that stand out to you. Look at the jobs and the companies that really resonate to your values, resonate to your interests, and you see yourself doing the work. This is really important to recognize so that you're not spinning your wheels and going into full-on crisis mode when you get rejected, but also the amount of time that you're dedicating to your job search process. I know for me, I personally want to have a job only because I want to have health benefits. Now, for the time being, I'm on my husband's health benefits, but what if he decides to stop working? The dude's retired and he's working a full-time job now. So he could stop at any given time and say, I'm not going to work anymore. I'm going to full-on retire and I can't keep getting his health insurance. So then I'm stuck getting health insurance from the health market, whatever it looks like. And in New York State, it's really expensive. So just be mindful of how you're spending your time is the point here. Be strategic. This is important. You want to be super hyper-focused on what industry, the type of companies, and the job type you're looking for. This is really, really important in how you can save yourself time, save yourself some little bit of heartache and disappointment, but even also be more aware and mindful of how you're focusing your energy and your time. The other thing I want to mention as a key point is that give yourself time to also process your next move. Meaning, if you get 5 rejections a week and you've applied to 20 jobs that week, know that, okay, it was this company, that company, that company. Oftentimes, company may have a position that's posted, and the position's posted because they have to publicly post the position, but there might be an internal applicant. This is completely out of your control, right? And so those rejections, amongst the other ones, could be that they may have an applicant that's being considered that they already had in mind, but just have to post the positions for maybe legal reasons or required reasons by the job type. So that's another reason why the rejection comes through. Now, what I want to add to that is that when it comes to job searching and how people get their foot in the door, it's 100% more about networking than anything else. I struggle with this now because I don't have a lot of people that I know in the space of ed tech, but also just in general from a customer success perspective. In the 2 years that I was working at my last company, I was very, very focused on the work that I was doing and the product that I was working with and the partners that I had. I didn't build much of a network with people outside of that space. However, what you could do is leverage LinkedIn as the tool to help you network. Start changing your headline on LinkedIn and look at keywords that are going to make you be seen and heard by recruiters on your headline, because recruiters who use LinkedIn Recruiter are still searching for people in the job search process. Now, if there's a particular company that you're looking to potentially consider an opportunity with, it would be in your best interest to do your homework. Go into that company's profile, look at the people that work there, search for recruiters, or search for the person at the top that might be the director or the manager or the vice president of the type of department or position you're looking for, and reach out to them and create a connection. Send them a personalized message to want to connect with them and let them know that, hey, you know what? I came across your company's webpage. I'm really, interested in the work you guys are doing. I'm actually looking for a job. I'm not sure if you have any new opportunities, but I would love to connect with you and learn more about what you're doing today and if I can be of any service. I know that sounded super salesy and it sounded maybe not as organic, but it's a start to really help you get your foot in the door. Networking is key to really start breaking down that door and connecting with people, but also being able to start making yourself being able to make yourself be seen in that type of environment, particularly when you may not have any connections. I also think it's important to post on LinkedIn. If you're posting, that also helps your reach with people who may be searching. If you're not a poster and you kind of tend to be more reserved, then comment on people's posts and share people's posts. That also helps you get a larger reach when it comes to the networking aspect of it and making yourself stand out to connect. I've been doing the LinkedIn game since, 2008, 2007, maybe. And so I know a lot of the tips and tricks, and I have a huge network of people that I've connected with across multiple industries. For me, I'm being very strategic about my job search. I'm also not doing the networking at this point because it's not where I think I want to focus my time and energy. I'm just doing the application process to the jobs and being strategic about which ones I'm applying to. And then I'm focusing my energy on other things. Would it help me in my search to potentially do the networking? Probably yes, but I have a super great resume and I really know how to write a cover letter. Um, so key word there is to really, really be able to network, really connect with people, start making those connections to make yourself seen. On another note, I want to focus a little bit about how can you celebrate the small wins. When you take the opportunity to apply to a job, just know that you're putting yourself out there. If you write a cover letter, it's important to make sure you're tailoring it to the job. That cover letter takes so much time and energy. Trust me, I've written hundreds of them in the course of my lifetime, and I can't tell you how much I hate them. But I know that it's important. And not every job asks for a cover letter, but unfortunately, the cover letter is not obsolete and it's not going anywhere. The things to know about the cover letter is that if you hit the mark by saying who you are, where you found the job, why do you want this job, you're talking about your skills that are relevant to the job, and you're sharing examples of how you can perform the tasks of the job that you're applying to based on your experience, you're winning. You're winning. I have a whole podcast episode if you go back to season 1 or season 2 where I talk about how to create the perfect cover letter. It's one of the most listened to episodes, I have to tell you, of the podcast. But you want to celebrate that as a win. Cover letters are hard. They're hard. They're not easy. The other thing is staying positive and standing out. I mentioned that even though you're getting all these rejections, focus the energy that you would have spent feeling bad about getting rejected on actually networking with someone or connecting with someone. Focus that energy on spending targeted time over quality applications and quality jobs versus quantity. This is so important. I can't stress this enough. Using keywords, using what am I saying? Keywords, using even ChatGPT. I had that episode 2 weeks ago where I talked about ChatGPT in your job search to help you in the process. It doesn't have to be super hard, but at least pivot yourself into making that space. I'm scratching my nose and I apologize. My allergies are really bad. Now, the other thing that's also important is your LinkedIn profile. Making sure that you're updating your LinkedIn profile, making sure you're showcasing that you're open to work, you're open to networking, making sure your headline is speaking to your space and industry that you want to focus in, who you are, and that it speaks to your identity, making sure your skills section is really up to date. Those are all things that are important in the job search process that are going to help you hit home in identifying your target job, your target company, and also minimize when you're spending quality over quantity in your application process that you're going to get more applications and less rejections, or more potential interviews and less rejections. That's what I meant to say. So I give you a lot to think about. I give you a lot to cover. I kind of ramble a little bit there, but know that all of this information is in the show notes. Here's what I'm going to give you as actionable items. Revisit your resume, making sure your resume is up to date, making sure your resume is a quality resume. Be sure that your resume is speaking to the job, and that the resume is actually looking at the keywords and referencing the skills and referencing the experiences in the job. Make sure that your cover letter clearly outlines why you're the ideal fit for this job. Making sure you're hitting home on keywords in the cover letter as well that describe your ability to perform in task. Think about SMART goals on how you're writing your cover letter. The second point that I'm going to hit on here is time. Focus on quality over quantity. I can't say this enough. You're going to be drained if you focus so much energy on applying to every single job without really doing your homework. You're better off saying, I see myself because I can be valued at XYZ company, and this work is more meaningful to me, and I feel like I have an high impact, and using that as a way to be motivating for you to actually write the cover letter and to actually complete your resume and applying to it. Quality over quantity. You want to be strategic about your time and how much time you're allocating to the job search process. Accountability. This is where I feel my role as a coach comes into play. I've helped endless number of people. When I say endless, 15 years as a career coach in higher education, working at universities, multiply that by hundreds of thousands of students. And then now in my coaching practice, the people that come to me for resume help, cover letter writing, job search strategies, coaching, in the job search process, helping them pivot. I feel like I'm a huge expert when it comes to people who are pivoting from one industry to another and helping them shine on paper and helping them be coached and how they can use their strengths, their values, and their skills in that space so that they can feel more comfortable in the interview process. An accountability partner or a coach is going to help you stay focused, stay on task, and help you get further ahead in spending time in your job search. And the last thing I want to leave you with is a positive affirmation. I'm all about positive affirmations. I feel like this is how you manifest things in your life. This is how you have an opportunity to really change things and get results. And I want you to write this down or put it as a screenshot on your phone, home screen, whatever you want to do, put it on a Post-it. Here's your affirmation. I am capable. I'm worthy. The right opportunity is waiting for me. Period. So let's not let rejection define you. This is just a small hurdle and the jump to get you to where you need to be. I want you to be sure you follow the podcast, subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube channel, listen for more episodes and more content, look at the show notes, and be sure to connect with me if you need help and support and resources. My website is still in the process of being updated, but you can contact me directly. Don't be shy. I don't bite. And connect with me if you have any questions. I hope this message and today's episode resonated with you. And if it did, please share it with someone. Bye. Hey, Chit Chatter. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. If you found value in today's episode, be sure to share it with the world. We welcome everyone for listening. And if you'd like, please go on over to Apple Podcasts and leave us a review. Those reviews mean everything to me and they help the show grow, as well as for me to know what topics you want to hear from next. Be sure to go visit to coachingwithjosemiguel.com or Coaching for Millennials for more up-to-date content, newsletters, blogs, information about coaching for life and career. Thank you so much for being a part of our magical world and for being part of this program. I can't wait to the next episode.